Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us again for another episode of Coffee with Keren. Today I have my client and friend Jamie Brown with me. Jamie purchased a home in Vernon, and we're going to hear a little bit about her transaction. So Jamie, tell me how you found out about us.
I saw your sign on the side of the road, and I phoned you, and I told you that my husband and I were going to be looking, but weren't ready yet.
Right.
And I had some questions for you, and you answered all of my questions, and there was no pressure, and that's why I went with you. I just felt very comfortable. You were very knowledgeable. The homes that you showed us were homes with things that we had wanted, not just any home.
Right.
We geared it towards our needs and wants and our price budget.
Right.
And so that's how it all started.
Yeah, because what's really important when you're looking for a home is to first of all focus on what it is that you need and then what you want, because overall we can usually change everything about a house. We can't change the location, but we can change bathrooms and bedrooms and move walls and patios. We could do all of that. But what's really important is for us to finalize what it is that we're actually looking for and what we want. So Jamie had a really interesting transaction because the first house that I showed Jamie and her family was the house that they bought.
Yes.
But I remember your husband saying specifically, no way is the first house that we're looking at the house that we're buying, right? So we went to see another 10 houses, and in the end, what happened?
We bought the first house. We were in love with it. It was perfect. It was everything that we wanted.
Right.
It was just ironic that that was the very first one. But yes, we did look further just to make sure that there wasn't anything out there that we would be missing on.
What are some things that happened during the transaction that you didn't think or didn't imagine would happen?
Well, I wasn't privy to the whole inspection. We had a wonderful person that was very knowledgeable as well. I wasn't aware that if the septic wasn't quite up to standard or was a little bit too old, that you could have that replaced on their dime, which ended up happening.
Which we were hoping wouldn't happen because that obviously delays the transaction a while longer. Luckily, you guys were not in a rush.
Right.
You were in your home already, so we weren't in a rush to leave a house or to sell a house, which is great because buying a house is already very stressful, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
That would be something that I would suggest to start looking before you have to be out of your house, because then now you're in a rush and now it's hairy-carry. You're just gonna, you just want to grab something because you got to get out,
Absolutely. So we talked about the septic. What happened with your septic?
We had our guy look at it and it failed. The septic was 23 years old. Their attorney said there's no way they're doing that. And then they got a guy and he looked at it, and long story short, they replaced the septic.
Right. So what Jamie's referring to is, as buyers, we did our own due diligence and our inspector said that it's failed. Then the seller chose to do his own inspections with someone else that he trusted, and that person came to the same exact conclusion as our inspector, and as a result of that, the entire septic system had to be replaced. And that did delay our transaction a little bit because it had to be installed.
Right, but that was brilliant because now we don't have to do it.
That's
There
right.
was also, on your suggestion, the sweep of the oil tank that was underground.
And then they had gone ahead and removed it and replaced it with a new one, correct?
Correct, yes.
Great.
Also, we had no clue about the radon.
Radon doesn't occur in a lot of places, but up here in Sussex County, we have a lot of it. So radon is gas, which can cause cancer. So there's no odor, there's no color. You won't know unless you do the inspection.
And coming from Manhattan and always having landlords, we weren't aware of a lot of these things that you had brought our attention to, because we always had a super to fix something.
So it's really important that you connect with a local expert, someone that can give you all these different things that you may need after the transaction has been finalized. And what better way to end our interview with saying that we are now friends?
Yes, we are, and I'm very happy.
Me too. So thank you for coming to the episode.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, and cheers.
Salud.
Salud.